Welcome to Healing with Creativity. This week we are creating hugs to send. So that's really fun. Supplies you need: paper, a yarn or string, some markers, paint, or colored pencil, something to make them colorful. It doesn't matter what kind of paper you use. It doesn't matter what kind of coloring medium you use. It doesn't matter what kind of string or wool you use. It's just about sending a hug to someone. So I'm going to flip over to the other camera and we'll get started. Okay, so like I said, we're going to make a hug to send. So I've decided that I want to use pink. You can use white, you can use any color. I'm using some cardstock paper because it's a little thicker, but literally you can use anything. So I'm just going to take one of these and I'm going to trace. Doesn't really matter where because we're going to cut them out. But how do we give a hug? I guess we have our hands more closed when we give a hug. So I'm going to maybe do that. And I'm going to use a pencil. Okay, I'm going to use a pencil. And it's not about being perfect. It could even be mitts. You don't have to go all the way around your hand. Now here's where it might get trickier. I don't know if you can see that. I can barely see that. But your other hand, you have to draw with your non-dominant hand. That's always harder. Oh, I didn't do too badly from the looks of it. There we go. So I have my two hands. So now I'm going to, I wonder if I should decorate them first. I think I'm going to decorate them first and then cut them out. So I'm going to use markers, but you can use anything at all. Anything. It truly doesn't matter. So I'm going to put some little hearts on the ends. Do some other decorations. What do I want to do? I mean, you could do anything. You could even do some sort of art journaling with layerings and paint and stamping, different coloring. Because I've used a pink paper, it makes it a little bit more challenging. If I'd used white, maybe even a watercolor paper, how cool would that have been? Like, there's never-ending possibilities of what to do. I'm gonna just, I wonder how this will work. And I'm using a variety of markers. I've got so many sitting here, so I'm using my Tombows, I'm using my Studio, which I think are the dollar store. I actually bought some Crayola markers because I want to try to see how water fast they are to see if we can get the same effect. I've also got Stettler. So literally, it doesn't matter. Crayons, pencil crayons, paint. You could collage them, you know, anything you want. I don't even know what else to add. I don't know if less is more or more is more. I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm going to suggest to make the lines a little darker for yourself because, man, they're hard to see when you're, maybe it's just because I'm blind, I'm not sure, but my eyesight is definitely going as I age. Okay, so So I now have my two hands to hug with, and I feel like they do need a little bit more. So, what do I want to add to them? I feel like there needs to be more hearts. And I wonder if I have a paper, maybe that. I might just do the back here. Okay, I didn't have some hearts, but I do have some flower paper I think I'm going to use. So I want this to be stuck. I want the pattern to show. So I'm going to glue the hands onto this paper, onto the back of this paper, so that I can. My grandkids were just here on the weekend and I don't seem to have any glue all of a sudden. But I do know there was a lot of glue being used this weekend, so it could have something to do with that. So I'm just going to use some matte medium because I don't know where my glue is. You can use a glue stick, you can use white glue, whatever glue you have. I just don't happen to have any handy right now because I think it was borrowed. I'm just going to put that on. And I use matte medium for a lot of things. Sometimes you need a little extra. Well, the pens that I've used are water soluble, so the fact that it's getting a little bit wet is making it a little smeary, so I should have probably thought this through a little bit. But I think I'm all right. Glue stick might have been a better choice. Now, what I could have done is just covered the whole back of the page and cut them both out together, but I didn't know that I was going to want to do this, so that did not happen. Okay, so now the inside of my hand is decorated, and I kind of like that. Yeah, so this is the outside and that's the inside, and you may want to trim it a little neater than I did. Okay, so both my hands, so these are the outsides of my hands, these are the insides of my hands. And now, do I want to do anything more? I think I do. I still think I want a few more hearts. I think I'm going to add some hearts. So I have them on the fingers like that, but I think I want to add a few more. Because when you're sending love, hearts seem to be a good symbol of that. So I think I'm going to call those done. So now, what we want to do is we want to measure our arm span from wrist to wrist. And you can use wool, you can use string. So I'm going to use this wool that I have. It's just a fun wool that I got at the dollar store. So I'm going to measure from here, probably a little longer, gives us space, all the way up my arm. And I know you can't see this, but I'm going to go around the back of my neck and all the way down my other arm to about there. So now this is the length of my hug. And again, see, thinking, I could have put that inside the two layers. All these things that you can learn from me. You can poke a hole and tie a nice little bow. You can glue it on one side or the other. This one is kind of neat because it comes apart like this. So I'm thinking I might want to do something like that to make it almost look like a cuff or something. I might just do something like that. And this is where the matte medium will come in handy. This is just about having fun and thinking about someone you love, right? So, I mean, you can be really careful with your finished product and have it, you know, your best artwork, or you can just have a lot of fun with it. Who wouldn't love to get a hug in the mail, right? I would. I would love to get a hug in the mail. If you want to send me a hug, I would be so happy. So that is our hug. So now I'm going to pick someone to send that to. I have a couple of friends I think could use a hug right now. So once this is dry, I'll make sure that it's all attached well. And I might even put a full layer of the matte medium on just to seal everything, just because now I've started. I'm not too sure, but Oh, I could even add glitter. Glitter's always fun. So there's literally no end to what you can do. So I'm going to leave this for now, and I would love to see your projects. Share them in the Facebook page when you're done. Okay, I'm going to flip back to the other camera. Okay, so that was fun. I've created my hug, sending you a hug, thinking of you with this string, and that would just wrap around someone so that they are getting a hug, or maybe to the back, getting a hug from you. I decorated the front and the back, and you can use anything, like I said. You know, if you want to think it out ahead of time, so you want to add the string in the middle of the two papers, or maybe you're only using one paper, that doesn't matter. Paint or markers, pencil crayon, like I said, it truly doesn't matter. But pick someone you think needs a hug and send it to them. And don't second guess yourself and think, oh, this isn't good enough. They're not going to like it. Who wouldn't love a hug in the mail? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's you put thought and love into that. So do not second guess yourself and not send it. I am challenging each and every one of you to try it and send it. Okay? And don't worry about your artwork. That's not what it's about. Right? So I have a few friends, like I said, that I'm thinking I'll send it to. I'm going to make some more, I think. So that was my first one, and I think I'm going to make some more, maybe send them off to a bunch of different friends, because as we were talking about in the blog this week was isolation and feelings of loneliness. So who knows who's feeling lonely? Have you checked in with everyone? Have they told you? You don't know. Send them a hug and just make them feel better. All right, well, thanks for joining me for another Healing with Creativity, and have an amazingly creative week, and I will see you next time. All right, bye for now. Thank you for listening in. Please remember to like, share, subscribe wherever you are watching or listening. You can find us at www.creativeyou.ca.